What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and I went ahead and decided to use my Transcendent ticket on Amadeus Cho, and really the main reason was just because I already had the strongest Transcendent characters already transcended that were available from the Transcendent selector, and because I want another character for this story mode. And unfortunately, that's pretty much where he's going to stay. Even on an account with over 80% physical attack and 11% pierce, Amadeus, I mean, he's strong, he's got a lot of power, but he's a super fragile character. He doesn't have a high HP pool. 46,000 isn't really that high. He does have 32% physical attack, which is decent, and he has 123 attack speed, 60 crit rate, max critical damage, max inner defense, and max skill cooldown. Pretty decent stats. His crit rate's actually going to get maxed out. He does have 5-star Urus. I could make him a little bit stronger, but really there's no need except for maybe giving him some Odin's Blessings, which I wouldn't recommend, at least for a character like this, unless you love Amadeus Cho. I mean, that goes without saying. Any character that you really love, why not? Put everything that you have in him. Why not? But for me, he's pretty much going to sell on the sidelines, unfortunately, for story mode. But I thought I'd show you all what he's capable of, at least on my account. And all of his skills are 6. Now, his Awaken skill has an all defense down that goes up to 60% and starts off at 30%. This is actually pretty amazing. It has a remove all debuff, and that would be really great against Mephisto, except for the fact that Amadeus is a combat type. Because he has the type disadvantage, this guy can die super easy. He's a very fragile character. He does have the damage proc for 50% for one attack, and then you see the critical rate, the 100% chance to increase critical damage by 50% on critical attacks, increased by 10%. So what that means is you're going to have 300%, you're going to have 250% critical damage as long as your critical damage is maxed out, which is pretty awesome. That means he's going to hit very hard, and he does hit hard, but just not hard enough compared to the other metas in the game. He does have ignore target dodge rate by 70%, which is nice. He's got the guaranteed critical rate, which is actually really good, especially if you're playing with a Rage. And even against Null, there's no supports that offer guaranteed critical rate, so that's actually really great for a character like Amadeus Cho, and a Rage is definitely the way to go. However, I'm going to show you gameplay today with a proc. He does have ignore target dodge rate by 20%, which is actually really great. So along with his passive and his Awaken skill, he doesn't need any ignore dodge, but when you're running through your regular skills, every 30 seconds when you're waiting for the Awaken skill to cool down, you definitely want some ignore dodge strikers. The 1, no big deal. The 2, he does have a stun here, a stun here. The 3rd skill is a damage accumulation, 0.7%, and then you have a 25% all attack buff and crit rate buff by 15%. And this lasts for 13 seconds, the entire duration of the skill. So I'm going to have max critical rate at all times, which is really nice. And then it gives an immunity for 6 seconds. And the thing about this is, Amadeus has a long iframe on his 5th skill, and he has this immunity on the 3rd skill, but because of these long cooldowns, you really gotta, when you're playing with a proc, you really gotta work around a rotation to where you can actually increase his survivability. He does have another all defense down, and the good thing about this is this all defense down and his Awaken skills all defense down are exactly the same. So neither one will override each other. However, you'll find on both of the skills that you get your all defense down at the end of the skill, which kind of sucks. I wish it was at the beginning. He'd do a lot more damage, especially in World Boss, but he's still a monster, at least as far as regular World Boss is concerned. And he does have a heal on the 4th skill, which is nice. If you had a higher HP pool, that 15% would be a little bit better, but it is nice. It is decent heal, but I'm probably going to be using healing strikers anyways. And then his 5th skill has a 30% all attack buff, and then you get the all speed by 1. So you definitely want to be running with Power of Angry Hulk ISO 8 set for this guy. So that way you get some attack speed, because he gets no attack speed buffs unless you got enough attack speed already on your card, especially if they're crafted. And there is a paralysis on this 5th skill, which is nice. It does apply to World Boss, kind of locks him in place while you're doing your main damaging skill. And the 4th skill actually does pretty insane damage too, even against World Boss Legend. And then he's got the critical damage increased by 25%, which makes him easy to max out his critical damage. And then his super armor, of course. And then you got the critical rate, critical damage increased by 6%. Now, playing with a proc, you really want to let Amadeus Cho's Awaken skill play out. Now, whenever I play against regular World Boss and whenever I play against World Boss Legend, I actually change around the rotation. When I'm facing World Boss Legend, I actually hit the 3rd skill, and you want to make sure you let the screen zoom out when you do the 3rd skill, because if you don't, you won't get your damage accumulation. If you cancel that 3rd skill immediately, you're not going to get your accumulation. So you got to let it zoom out, then hit the 5 to get your attack buff, and then go into the awakened skill. And let the awakened skill play out, man. You'll do a lot more damage that way, and the all defense down is going to come at the end. And that's against World Boss Legend. So you're going to get the attack buff from the 3rd, the accumulation from the 3rd, you're going to get the attack buff from the 5, and then you're going to get everything from the awakened skill all at once. Now, in regular World Boss, because of survivability issues, what I like to do is I hit my damage accumulation and then go into the awakened skill. And the reason for that is because you have such a long cooldown on the 3rd skill, when this skill finishes, you want to go into your 5th skill. This is a nice long iframe, and by the time this cools off, you're going to end up doing your 3rd skill. You want the proc to be on the 5th skill and the awakened skill, but I mean, sometimes the proc just gets off because you just have long cooldowns. He has a stage 6 overdrive set. Again, Power Banger Hawk would be better. And then I am running a regular critical damage with a 200% damage proc. I actually was thinking about slapping a Rage on old boy. I do have one ready to go, but here's the thing about Amadeus. Amadeus is a character that, he's a strong character, but he's not really a character you're going to be trying to use against World Boss Legend. Against regular World Boss, absolutely. When he's transcended, even without Pierce, sure, why not? He's freaking strong. But against World Boss Legend, he hits hard, but compared to a lot of other characters, he just isn't on their tier. So I don't really think this is a character worth putting a Rage on unless he is one of your favorite characters or you just want to make him as strong as he can be. So I opted just to go with an Obelisk. That way y'all can see what he's capable of, at least on my account, with 11% Pierce and over 80% physical attack with a damage proc. And his uniform is just at normal. And he does have this 100% chance to increase critical damage by 50% on critical attacks, which is pretty awesome, man. You know, that means he's going to have 250% critical damage whenever he lands critical hits, which is awesome. So if we take him into World Boss, we'll go against Proxima. And man, seriously, guys, he can die so easy. Now, I actually tested this with a debuff leadership, and actually I'm doing more damage. And that might be because of my Pierce, but I'm actually doing more damage with a all attack leadership versus a debuff leadership. I'm gonna go ahead and put Shuri in here because I'm gonna have that 35% decreased damage from supervillains. That might help our survivability a little bit. And then we're just gonna use these strikers. And this is stage 99. I mean, this is really the only way to go when you have 11% Pierce. And he can definitely do this. But again, because of survivability, my rotation does change whenever I'm facing Proxima. So I'm going to hit the 3rd skill, get the accumulation, make sure to zoom out, and then go into the awakened skill. And the all defense down comes at the end of the skill. And then we're going to go into the 5th skill. So now we have all defense down applied. And boom. Make sure we zoom out, go into the 4, and then at the end of the 4, the all defense down will apply well again. And it triggered on the 4, the proc triggered on the 4, but no big deal. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit our accumulation, then we're going to hit our awakened skill again. We're going to run over here. All right, here we go. So every time we do our 5th skill, we're actually going to have that little half a second of paralysis. So I'm going to start off with the 5th skill here. We're going to switch our character because the purple came out, and I just got hit by that spear, which really sucked. Ooh, run around. And the nice thing about Amadeus, at least with his 3rd skill, is you can use that thing anywhere in the screen, which is really nice. We're going to the 5th skill. There's our paralysis. Zoom out, go into the 4. And we should do some really good damage here if that proc triggers. Okay, I'm going to run around. Awaken skill. We already got our damage accumulation from our 3rd skill. And boom, into the next phase. So, I mean, you know, under 2 minutes, about 1 minute and 48 seconds to do the very first phase. So not too bad, but definitely not as good as some other characters. And again, I did test this with the debuff leadership using Dr. Voodoo, and the damage was definitely better using all attack. And this is a 55% all attack leadership coming from Gladiator. And maybe because of my Pierce, I'm just doing more damage with that all attack leadership. So let's go into World Boss Legend and let's see how good he does against Null. And again, against Mephisto, not a good idea, my friends. He has a type disadvantage. He can die super easy. We're going to do stage 5, or at least we're going to see how well he does against stage 5. And Amadeus is a physical attacking character, so I'm going to use this 30% increase of physical attack leadership, and then we're going to use Valkyrie for the 50% damage to super villains. And of course, we got Valkyrie for the 30% ignore dodge, and then Amadeus has 20% ignore dodge in his passive. So that's 50% ignore dodge. So we got 2 more ignore dodge strikers here. That's going to give us a total of 90% ignore dodge. And I am going to use anti-venom because there's times that if I don't switch Amadeus out, he can get caught in a semi-cage. He can die. Again, he has a low HP pool. So yeah, it's not pretty. But here my rotation is going to change. I'm going to hit the 3rd skill to get the accumulation. Then I'm going to hit the 5th skill to get the 30% attack buff. And then I'm going to go into the awaken skill. And man, he can do some serious damage, guys. I mean, I know it's only stage 5, right? But watch this. Watch those bars go flying off. And this is with a regular proc, right? So I always try running out and getting away from everything, but I never can seem to do it. I tried using my co-op a bunch of times. So whenever you go into your regular rotation, I just do the 3-4. And the reason I do the 3-4 is because a lot of times Null will slam you back when he slams the Necro Sword down. And I want that damage proc always on that 5th skill if I can get it. I mean, you see the damage. And we're trying to avoid all this. We're going to go back here, kind of move back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Good deal, good deal. So our damage accumulation, 5, awaken skill. Come on, here we go. Yeah. And I really did do some practice runs against higher stages than this. And let me tell you what. It wasn't pretty. And there we got interrupted by the big tentacle. And again, that's why I always start with the 3-4. Something that's nice about that 5th skill is it doesn't get caught in anything, which is really cool. Come on, the 5th skill again. And boom. So, I mean, you know, 1 minute and 18 seconds in the first phase. So a pretty good time, but again, this is just stage 5, and this is really the reason why I say that he's just not a character that you really want to use here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Now the problem with the way that I do this is, because of the long cooldowns, I got to run around. We're going to switch our character so we don't get caught in the purple here. Otherwise, they're going to jab the hell out of us and kill us. Okay, so I'm going to wait for my awakened skill. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where's my proc? There it is, there it is. Run over here, run over here, run over here. Oh man, we got interrupted, damn it. We don't want Null to hit us yet. We don't want Null to hit us. Come on, proc, trigger, there we go. Okay, let's run over here. We don't want to get caught in any of this bull crap. There we go. Now the 5th skill, you know, if you're far away, it won't trigger. Okay, run. Now, another nice thing about Amadeus is he does have really good movement speed, which is really nice, especially against Null. We all know how important movement speed is. I mean, the guy hits super, super hard, right? But he just don't quite have enough oomph. Now, at stage 5, I can actually tank some of these attacks that are going to be coming my way. For example, this attack that's going to be coming right now. Let's see, here we go, and now I went ahead and switch. Oh shit, I got caught. Okay. We're gonna switch, we're gonna switch. Come on. Get him below the 13th bar, Let's go. Where's my proc? There we go. And you guys can see, man, it's like, even at stage 5, this isn't the easiest thing to do. Ooh. He just doesn't have quite enough oomph. Now, with a rage, he's going to do better. I imagine with a rage, we'll probably be doing stage... I mean, we probably could be doing stage 7, maybe stage 8, right? And losing Valkyrie actually was a pretty big loss. And there's that movement speed kicking in, but, I mean, we're just going to run out of time, guys. I mean, and at stage 5... with a max team like this just isn't that great. I mean, I might as well just wait for my awaken skill again. And, you know, even at stage 5, we didn't even make it to the end. So, I mean, with a rage, I mean, of course, with an optimal build and a fully awakened ISO-8 set, a mythic uniform, yeah, he could do that. But, you know, having 11% pierce on your cards and having over 80%, I mean, 87% physical attack, and then having a 20% physical attack proc on top of that. So there's times I have 106% physical attack. It's really not all that impressive. He does hit hard. He does hit like a truck. And he definitely can put in work in regular World Boss for sure because of his all defense down. But against the World Boss Legends, not really. But everybody pretty much knew this. I mean, this was a character that pretty much most people just level up just because of the story mode. But I wanted to show him a little bit of love and just show what he's capable of with a damage proc with cards like mine. So let me know how you're all feeling about Amadeus Cho, and if you would like to see him with the CTP of Rage. And I do stream on Twitch at Reset Sunday through Thursday. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.